Okay, now I'm recording. So I want to open this up for you guys because it's more intimate. There's not a lot of you guys on. So if you guys have questions, I want to talk to you because, we're a team. Just because I am the upline doesn't mean I know everything. And so I want to be able to I want you guys to voice your opinions. I want to hear what works for you, what doesn't. So if you have any questions or thoughts, Robin's really good about jumping into when she has a pointer or a tip that's helped her. So don't be shy about voicing anything. There's nothing wrong. Basically this business is for yourself. So there's no right or wrong answer. It's different for everybody. I keep having to minimize this so I can see my notes. I wanted to talk about social media. Social media, technology, internet is changing constantly now. The rock stars of social media of yesterday are not the rock stars of today. It is because it's constantly changing. It's really hard to keep up with what works. I mean, we used to have trainings on how to do ads on live pages, and now you can't even do that and get the same results anymore because Facebook changes the algorithms. I don't know if you're on Instagram, and you'll see now there's like paid ads on Instagram, so you can boost your posts on Instagram now. So because things are constantly changing, it's really hard to keep up. So what I want to tell you what you can do to be a master of social media is always stay committed to social media. Whatever it is, I don't want you to get on every platform. You don't need to have a Twitter, a LinkedIn, Instagram account. Just find the things that you're excited about, the ones that are fun for you. I love Facebook because it gives me a platform that I can talk, because as you guys can tell, I like to talk. I like to share my story. So that gives me a little bit more room for me to be able to share my opinions and share the things that are going on with me. Whereas like Twitter, it's something really short, and Instagram is more picture-based. But Facebook is kind of changing, so I am shifting focuses and going over onto Instagram more because I take a lot of pictures and I'm able to reach more people on Instagram now. So to be able to be a master of social media is to just always stay plugged in and to always be planting seeds in one way or another. So, and that's by staying plugged in, whether you're just sharing your story. So I was looking at Erica's profile, which she should be here any minute now. And she does such a great job. And even though she is a brand spanking new coach, I'm so proud of her. She's just sharing little things like, oh my gosh, I love Shakeology because it helps me get through a 10-hour workday and still do my homework. And, it's not necessarily a post of like, oh, join my challenge group, but it's a post of what helps her. And the reason why we have social media is to share our lives, Don't ever get sidetracked by people who say that like, oh, you're like so conceited and stuff. I don't understand why people are so negative on social media, because it's your life broadcasted. So if I want to be friends with you guys, it's because I want to see what's going on in Robin's life or Tabby's life. And so don't ever feel bad about sharing your story, and because this is what freaking social media is for. So I was proud of Erica because she just was sharing something that works for her, and that's all it was. Is she planted seeds, and it wasn't necessarily like she was recruiting, but she was just planting those seeds, and all of those little seeds you can sow later on and reap the rewards from when you start building interest and people see that you're still staying plugged in. All of it pays off in the long run. But if you take a break from social media, that hurts your business so much, because then people are like, where'd Robin go? Is she still working out? She must have quit Beachbody because I don't see her anymore. Or I have no idea what's going on with her, so I'm not even thinking about her in my mind anymore because I don't see her anymore. And they kind of just forget you. So My key is to just post at least 3 times a day. It's hard. It's hard sometimes to like come up with ideas when you are posting a lot. But most of the time, if you're just sharing what's going on with your life, that's interesting to people, or at least the people that care about you or who want to be your friend, they care about that stuff. So they'll see you, and then they'll be kind of more understanding what's going on. So just staying plugged in is how you'll be the master of social media, and being plugged in, then you'll kind of see how things go differently, and how you will learn more, like, oh, this post of my food didn't get any picture or didn't get any likes, so maybe my friends don't really like my food pictures, so maybe I'll do a workout selfie and see what kind of traction I get with that. But even if you don't get likes, I've noticed with Facebook, likes are going down a lot, but it doesn't mean people aren't seeing your stuff. They're just less likely to put a like on it for some reason, but they're still seeing it, and they're kind of being a wallflower and just still watching your journey. So I would just always stay plugged in. Excuse me. Yeah, don't like I'm reading your question, Alexi. So Alexi's question for the recording is, do you post 3 times a day on Facebook and then 3 on something else, or 3 times total? I post because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed, like, shoot, I got to come up with 3 topics for Facebook, 3 topics for Instagram, and 3 topics for my blog. Because who has time to come up with that? Unless you're a full-time coach. And even being a full-time coach, you shouldn't be just nailed down to your computer coming up with content. So what I will do is I will post three things on Facebook, and most of the time I will transfer them over to Instagram. I'll just copy and paste it and put it on Instagram. And so it's the same thing. So people will see it's the same content and quality, and maybe I'll like change some things around because, for example, Instagram, people don't like getting wordy on there, because they're scrolling so fast, and most of the time you just need an eye-catching picture on there. But on Facebook, I'll write like paragraphs, and I'll write a novel on there, but then I will shorten it on Instagram because I know I can't keep people's attention that much over there. And then I will copy and paste it into my like page on Facebook, and I can schedule it to be posted either a little bit later, or I can schedule it to be posted like tomorrow, so people aren't seeing a lot of me, but then there's still content that's going to come out later on, and I don't have to be worrying about it. So most of the time, it's kind of just 3 things a day, and then say, for example, one's like a fitness post, one's a food post, and one's like a picture of my cat. So in the morning, I'll put cat on Facebook, and then later on, I'll do the cat on Instagram at like 4 o'clock. So one was at 10 o'clock and one was at 4. So it kind of makes things change. So it's like not exactly the same copy and paste. So not when you're looking at Facebook, it's identical to another, Instagram is my example I'm using. So that way you're not having to come up with tons of different ideas, but it kind of makes it feel a little bit different. Does that answer your question? Awesome. What was the other thing? So basically, I just say, if you want your business to thrive and you don't want people to forget you, and you want to kind of leave a lasting impression, is to, like I said, stay plugged in to your social media. Just always just kind of be that person that's always there, so that when people are ready, they'll know to come to you. I know, so I wrote down the things that you were talking about going over, and it's expanding your network, different ways to invite. What I have to say about the inviting is you kind of have to find what works for you. I've noticed for myself, if I want my business to really like be rocking, I have to be having conversations with people. I used to do a post on my Facebook and be like, hey, join my challenge group. We're going to have so much fun. And people would be like, yeah, me, I want to join. This sounds great. And now I put that up and it's like crickets. I know people are still seeing it, and I love that because they know I'm still coaching. They know that I'm still coaching. So it's not completely worthless to go put that away and not do it. It's still important that you do it, because basically you're advertising that you are. But to actually like personally invite someone is so much more meaningful to a person than just like, because, you know, if you think about it, like, say like Miranda had a challenge group and, you know, I had some weight to lose. It's kind of embarrassing to comment like publicly on that and being like, hey, yeah, I've got 25 pounds to lose. I want to join you. Like, some people, especially like our kind of people, like on our team, we're kind of shy about that. We're not really proud that we have weight to lose. So when you're doing it personally, it's so much more intimate, and then you can really dig down into like why it's important to them, as opposed to, hey, I see your pants aren't fitting the way it used to, and hey, you should join me. So this way it takes the edge off of it. I definitely have some scripts that if you struggle with coming up with ideas of how to like approach people and you don't want to come off weird, I have some scripts that were really helpful. And Alexi, I'll even tag you in this video. I don't know if you saw it. It was by Lindsay Stay. She did one about boldly inviting. She did a bombshell call. I'll tag you in that. In the comments of that one, I screenshot the scripts she has, and they're really good. And they've even been helpful to me. And they were kind of more open-ended questions and like took the pressure off of them. It was more like, hey, thanks so much like for supporting my business. Like, I really love when my friends are, you know, have my back. Oh, by the way, do you have any health goals that you're working on right now? And it kind of like, there's no pressure there, and you're just starting a conversation instead of being like, hey, you want to join my challenge group this month? Or, you know, like we discussed earlier, like making them feel bad about their weight or something. But those have been really helpful to me. And I know it can be really scary to invite people. I think we all kind of struggle with this because you're kind of putting yourself out there and you're kind of being vulnerable. But because you just don't want to be rejected or you don't want to hear no. But what I will do is I will think about the women that I want to invite or I want to talk to. And I'm like, oh man, Jackie would be awesome. I think she would really love this, and I think she would really thrive in a group, and I just want to get to know her better. So I'll just get up the courage and I will just copy and paste it into the message, put the phone down or put the computer away, and like come back the next morning. I'll do it at night so I can go to bed and know that I did my invites, and then the next day I have messages waiting for me. And then I can go with like a fresh perspective and be like, oh, hey, let's see what she said. And instead of like waiting around and like waiting for her to like say no, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to feel bad. So that's been what's really helpful. It's kind of funny. It's just kind of like pulling the trigger or ripping the Band-Aid off, is just copy and pasting these messages and then walking away, so that, you know, you're not feeling totally emotionally invested in this. Alexei sends, Robin has like taken her face off and I can't see her face, and Tabby disappeared. Do you have any more questions that I can help you with? Because thanks, Robin. Because on these more intimate calls, I want to like help you, and I don't want to just be talking for my own benefit. And so if you have a question or something, totally ask me so that I can help you grow instead of not doing anything for me. So if you have a question, no pressure. I'm just saying.
I don't think I have any specific questions. I kind of just suggested things that I've seen other team calls like have that like I completely missed. I'm really focusing on like trying to learn how to invite and shape my messages for my like groups to invite. Like school happened, and so I totally put Beachbody away, and like posting was like not happening. So everything that you've said so far has really helped.
Good.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
That's okay. I was telling even Miranda this because I know she was super busy with her I don't even know what it's called, the rock climbing training. Yeah. Whatever the thing is that took her away from me. Yeah, I was really jealous of that. I wasn't happy. I'm selfish like that. I was telling her there's a program called Hootsuite. I don't know if you've heard of it before. But it was super helpful to me when I was busy with life or when my job didn't give me time to be on the computer. So I would just in your power hour or just take some time and just crack out some posts. I used to do that even just for because sometimes like you can't come up with lots of inspirational posts like on the spot, or you're like, I'm not going to sit here for an hour. Sometimes I'll sit here and come up with one post in 45 minutes. It's so annoying. So I know like you can't really crack out a bunch, and sometimes they just want to come from your heart the day of. So I totally get that. But what I would do is do the kind of the quality posts. A lot of people tell me how inspirational I am, and all I do is share positive quotes. Like that, I'm not even doing anything. I didn't make up the inspiration quotes. I'm like just quoting Abraham Lincoln and like Eleanor Roosevelt. But I would just go on to Hootsuite and like go on Pinterest, find all my favorite like inspirational quotes, then go on to Hootsuite and then I would assign them to come out like every morning at 8:00. And just being able to do that, because then it's like people are seeing you, and like for some reason that makes a world of difference in people's lives, and they think you're like inspirational. And I'm just like, I just wanted you to be happy in the morning going to work. That was all I really wanted, because we all need some like positivity in the morning when we're driving to school or driving to work. So if you want to like just, because I don't want you to like I said earlier, like go quiet on social media, and so you can still come up, you can do those little things on Hootsuite so that at least something's getting out there and you're still showing up in people's feeds, but then it's not something that's totally like time consuming. And like in an hour, you can like have like 2 months planned out on Hootsuite. It's like, it used to help me so much. So, and then later on in the day, you can come up with the posts that you actually care about. Like, oh, hey, I finally worked out and here's my sweaty selfie. Another idea is every time you do a post, I was telling Robin this actually this weekend, every time you do a post, end it with a question or an invite. And just so you're getting more people to like answer your questions, and then they'll be engaging with you. So what did I do recently? It's still hard for me. For some reason, like I hate asking questions. I told you guys, I'm a selfish person. I just like talking about myself. But I notice when I ask questions and people actually start like engaging, it's so much more fun, because then you're having a discussion with people. So what did I do? I don't know. I said something like, oh, what are your traditions? Like for example, like with Cinco de Mayo, like, hey, I'm not Mexican, but my family sure does enjoy like this holiday. What's your favorite dish that your family makes, or something like that? And like that will just get so much more energy into your Facebook or into your social media. And then it makes more fun. And then people are like, oh, wow, I really like sharing my opinion because I like myself, and tamales are the best on Cinco de Mayo. So just doing those little tweaks, like you really don't have to like do some like huge, amazing thing to make your social media great or to be this awesome presence. Like, it's just really the little things. Just putting an Eleanor Roosevelt quote is like made me inspirational. That barely took any time or energy. I didn't even have to come up with it. I just posted it. But Robin's got something.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. To go along with that, I just remembered. So, if you see like an inspirational quote or a picture, take it and save it onto your phone, and then you can always use it later. Like, you don't always have to search for the picture or whatever during the time, like when you watch post it. I got like an album on my phone of just things that I've saved off of Facebook or on Pinterest or whatever, and then I will think of a quote or a post or something to go along with that at a later date and time. Or, you know, you're going out and about with your friends and you take a bunch of pictures. You don't have to post those or share those right away. You can keep them and use them later.
That's like my favorite thing to do Sunday morning when I'm watching cartoons. And I totally watch cartoons on the weekends. It's really weird. Like, I am like getting younger. It's bad. I don't know. I have been watching way too much Sailor Moon lately. But when I'm watching cartoons or watching TV, I'll just be on Pinterest because I don't think we know how to turn our phones off anymore. I will be like, saving stuff. So like, this is like what Robin said. I have these saved. Whoops. I have these pictures. Come on. Whatever. I have Pinterest or inspirational quotes saved. So then when I'm at work at 6 a.m., and I have a minute, I can just go on to my Instagram and be like, hey, this is inspiring me this morning. Click. Okay, I already saved it. I already know I like it. And it's done, like Robin said, instead of having to search for it. So it makes it a lot easier. So those little things really, like, it's just those little things. And they're just kind of like the things that you just have to make it work for you. And then later on, it really pays off. It's just all planting seeds right now. What else can I share? I think that's it. I don't really have anything amazing to tell you tonight. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys got on. I feel like there's something I want to tell you, but I've forgotten.
I have a question.
Okay.
Do you guys know when Country Heat's coming out at all? Like, it's around what month?
I think we're pretty sure it'll be at Summit.
Okay.
It'll be like Size last year was available and Paya was the year before. So like we can buy it at Summit, and I think it comes out like, I think you can buy it online as well if you're not there. Yeah. Robin, do you want to add anything this evening?
Nope. That's the only thing I thought of is I like that idea, and I don't know who told me about it before, but I was like, hey, that's a good idea, because I hate to have to like think about it. Like, oh, I have to post this right this second, and I don't have anything to go along with it. Well, forget that.
Yeah.
You're good.
I also noticed along those lines, like if you don't see, I always like these posts, and these posts always get shared too, so I want to do it more often. But if you ever like have a selfie or something, and you're like, seize the day, like everybody likes that stuff. And it's like you stole the quote and you're putting it on your face like you said it, and I'm just like, you didn't, and it's like stealing, but everybody loves that. And I'm just like, this is plagiarism, but whatever. Yeah.
I did one too, and it was like the best is yet to come or something. It was last year, and I had like so many likes on that one. I didn't even come up with that.
Yeah, I shared that. What was it? There was this post going around about how like, oh, don't hate the moms that are so excited to be moms, and don't hate the people who take selfies because they love each other. And all these coaches were posting this quote, and then this one girl put it on her picture, and then Steffi was sharing it, and I was like, Steffi, that's another coach, and you don't even know her. And she's like, oh, I didn't even realize it was a coach. And I was like, yeah, do your homework. Click her picture.
Goodness.
All right. Well, yeah, so it's just little stuff like that. Alexi, I don't get overwhelmed. Like, this is all just for fun, but the key is to just don't stop. Just keep sharing little things, and they don't have to be profound at all. Like I said, they can be a quote. They can be a picture of your cat. When I was working full-time Beachbody, I used to be like, oh, I love getting to have mornings with my cat. Like, so, like, there just can be little things like that. And, I mean, I love stuff like Robin does lately. She's been sharing her food. That's huge. People love food. And, like, you always can win with those kind of posts. So, it's just little stuff. So, I mean, like, and it doesn't even have to be – that's too. I used to get so worked up or, like, so overwhelmed when I first started as a coach because I was like, okay, I'm going to start a blog, and I don't even know what recipe to share because I'm not a cook. I don't know what to do. And now people just copy recipes or just use the recipe and then share, you know, a picture of what you cooked. And it's not like you had to come up with the recipe yourself. So it's so simple. You're just plagiarizing everything. So don't get overwhelmed. Just have fun with it. I mean, nobody's gotten in trouble yet. Basically, you just want to be able to share content and be kind of this light for people, and people look up to you and they're gonna like you for who you are. So when you're just being yourself, people like that and they'll follow you for that. So, or at least the people that you want to have around you, they will like you. Other people, you just get away. All right, well, that's all I have. Robin looks like she's about to eat soon. I think I'm going to watch some more cartoons. And I know it's bad. I'm really glad you guys got on, and I'm so glad I got Alexi, I don't think I've ever actually seen your face on webcam before. YouTube, webcam, I don't even know words anymore.
No.
Yeah, so I'm really glad I got to see you. Alexi, I was telling the girls, we need to have like a spring party or something like that. That'd be really fun to get together, maybe have a barbecue or something, or go on a picnic or something. So that way we can actually meet and hang out, and we don't have to always talk business. So, hopefully, Alexi, do you go to school full time?
So yeah, I'm starting summer term in a week, but then that gets out like in 6 weeks, and then I'll have some time off. But my work doesn't know that, so.
And do you work full time or just part time?
I work part time at Lane Bryant. They want to hire me full time, but I said no.
That's all right. You don't need to work full time. Gotta enjoy it. All right. Well, hopefully that we will plan something that as many people can come, because I want to be able to meet some of our other coaches and have fun with them and do things. How old are you, Alexi?
I just turned 19.
You're only 19? I totally thought you were like 21. I was going to start giving you drinks. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go to jail for plagiarism and giving alcohol to minors. Oh my God. Oh, that word always, my accent comes out on that. I always say it minors. Minors. I noticed that the other day too. I haven't had any margaritas yet, Robin, so don't even look at me like that. She totally raised her eyebrow at me. Oh, jealous. Okay. All right. Well, no margaritas for Alexi. Not tonight.
Yeah, none for you.
Okay.
None for you.
Well, I'm glad you got on, and I hope you guys have a good night. And thank you so much for making time for this.
Thank you.
All right. Good night, guys.
Bye.